Hi. Um, I wanted to talk about. I know that I mention meditation a lot. Um, and the reason I do that is because um, if you're if you're resonating with me, then your soul is being pulled in the direction to learn how to meditate. Um, or you're about to go through a spiritual awakening, or you're already going through it and you're aware of it. But a lot of times, at this point, if you're already going through an awakening and you've been going through it, then you've already researched the things that will enhance or bring more clarity to you as you are going through this process. Um, the thing about a spiritual awakening is that a lot of times it makes you feel like maybe you're losing your mind. Um, the difference between going crazy or a spiritual awakening is that you are being productive outside of your thoughts. Um, when it's um, a psychotic episode, um, those thoughts don't lead to any action. Having grandiose ideas and stuff like that. Like you don't end up doing anything to reach those goals that you speak about. That's the main difference between a spiritual awakening and a psychotic episode. Um, so that's good to know right now, because if you're going through it and you've been questioning your thoughts and you've been feeling like you're going crazy, that's a good way to know that you're not. If you're making steps towards those ideas, then you're on the right path and you're not going crazy. You will experience things through dreams, um, and it's like this knowing that there are lessons in it, and very vivid dreams you remember the next day. And um, if you didn't really remember dreams a whole lot before and all of a sudden you're becoming aware. um, Let me see here. There are certain moments when you're wondering, okay, so is my intuition speaking to me, or is the universe speaking to me? And how I know is like, I will like have this overwhelming sensation of that was a message from spirit. Um, and it's a really good feeling that you're like, okay, well, it's a confirmation. Usually when you get that sensation, like, it just confirms that inner knowing. Like you hear something and you were thinking about it prior, and then you hear it on the TV, or you hear it from a friend or something, that, you know, repeats it. It's like, it gives you the sensation that, okay, all right, so that's my confirmation. if you ask for confirmation or a sign, I mean, this takes practice, it really does, but you'll see, the universe will bring you a sign. But we all have this energy about us that doubting, and we've got to get further and further away from it, because that's what we're learning right now is stepping away from that doubt and fully stepping into just following your gut, is what they say. Your gut, following your intuition. Um, you know, stepping into the flow. It is a great feeling when you can observe yourself in the flow, and it's like a magnetic energy. It really is. It's like, okay, I'm doing this really good, and I'm going, and then all of a sudden the people around me are at my beat, and the conversations are going well, and all of a sudden things that were getting in the way, that were appearing to be obstacles, just dissipated, and it's just like attracts like. We've also seen this in negative situations where you know we have negative thoughts and then we say a bunch of negative things, but focusing on the positive when we're in that flow state. Um, the best thing to do to get into that flow state, and you got to figure out what your flow state is, like what is your level. And when you wake up in the morning, before you go to the phone, you need to either exercise, if you exercise, breath work, meditation, and then you get into, like, if you're going straight to work, go straight, like, try to avoid the phone at all costs, because that's when you're going to be able to be the most productive. And it also enhances your intuition, because when you're not having all those outside influences, not outside influences, the phone is an instant gratification. And when you are no longer going to the phone for that instant gratification, then you're looking into your world, your physical world, for those experiences, because the experiences we get from watching our phone is a laugh, a smile. We're getting feedback of some sort that is benefiting our senses. So, but when we're working with our external environment, like being in the moment, and it actually builds that ability to tap into that intuition. How can I hope that makes sense. But I do speak a lot about meditation, and if it didn't help me, I would tell you. But if I feel like if I keep mentioning it, that the more you hear it, the more opportunity it will set into your subconscious mind. So that way you know that you have a resource when you're stressed out. Like, literally, I don't react to my environment anymore. I used to get really stressed out and like freak out, like, oh my God, this is happening to me. Da, da. I don't. It's literally given me so much peace. and the ability to give other people advice. And it's not my advice, it's spirit's advice. Like, when you are getting messages from spirit because you didn't have them in your mind before, and it's going with when I'm saying that I want you to get in the flow. When I channel, I'm in the flow. And when you practice getting in the flow, your ability to communicate with the universe, it becomes larger, and you'll be able to tap into that superior intelligence. And a lot of the advice that I give is a lot of advice that I'm like, wow, that's good advice for myself. And um, never in my entire life have I been given good enough advice that I have gotten from Source. Um, Better than any talk therapy. Um, but like I said, staying away from your phone first thing in the morning. Try to, do at least 2 hours of um, productivity that doesn't involve your phone. And just pay attention to how you feel in those moments that you're actually not on your phone, but you're actually doing things. Um, you're not relying on that phone to give you that instant gratification, and you will notice that it's like your intelligence grows. You tap in. Once you tap into that flow state, um, it's incredible. Like, you're always going to go for that. And like, for me, I I rewarded myself. Okay, so I'm gonna be in the flow for this amount of time, and I'm going to reward myself with my reward is meditation because I love it. But I have to do it anyway, so it's kind of a win-win. But like, breath work is another reward that I give myself. But sometimes I will reward myself with screen time. We all work with reinforcements in our daily routine. So, yeah, it works as, when you set those goals for yourself, then you're able to make more goals down the road. Like, um, it's the first step it's the major step in getting towards your destination or your dream, is setting those small goals. And those small goals would be saying, okay, I'm going to be present. That's what I call it, being present for 3 hours when I first wake up, or whatever the amount of time, whatever time of day or whatever. But, and it feels so much better when you know that you've done those things that you told yourself you were going to do. When you're giving that reward to yourself, like, okay, I'm going to go into this awesome meditation for an hour or whatever, and or I'm going to watch this cool, interesting show on YouTube or whatever it is. But it it it's more pleasurable when you reward yourself with those things. And um, when you stop and be present with, life, you realize how incredible life really is, and you appreciate it more. Um, but Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to kind of share that with you with the meditation and breath work. It's That's who I am. So if it's not something that you resonate with, then I mean, I don't know how you found me, but um, it's really a life changer. It's a total change of mindset, and literally, it's like a lifelong change that is the greatest benefit to you in your life. If you want change, if you want something different for your life, and um, if you want to heal your brain, um, you know, we don't want to be the master of our thoughts. We want to be the master of our thoughts. We don't want to be controlled by our thoughts. And I lived in a mental prison for years, and it's worse than a physical prison, I'm assuming. But it's misery, it's depression, it's anxiety, everything you could think of. And meditation was my freedom. So, and it just gives me peace at, at any time I want it. And it clears my mind. I, I just, and you naturally like gain all this love for everything you do, everything in your life, and where you're going. You no longer stick to the past. You move forward always. And yeah, so that's why I speak of meditation all the time, because I love it and I really want it to change your life. So anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.